What's up, everybody out there? How you doing? Thank you for your support. I appreciate it. Yes, welcome new viewers, you returning viewers, and you subscribers. And while you're at it, new viewers and returning viewers, go ahead on and hit that subscribe button. Thank you for taking this journey with me. And everybody, leave a comment, hit the like button. I'm definitely interested in knowing what you think about these R&B divas that I have out here, because I'm here to tell you, it's getting good. I promise you, it's getting good, because we're talking about the R&B diva of all R&B divas. Yes, Cherrelle. Oh my gosh. But before we do that, I have to tell you about the book. Yes, R&B diva Joyce Cinderella Irby of Climax. Yes, that one. And she has done a lot of other things, a lot of other artists that you probably would be surprised that she had a hand in managing their career and helping them out in the music industry. And all I have to say right now, Atlanta, Georgia, Atlanta, Hotlanta, whatever they call it these days. Anyway, yes, she's a part of that scene. So anywho, Joyce Cinderella Irby, I am not a part of this book at all. I have no affiliation with the book, none whatsoever. However, when I found out that there was a book out and I'm interested in more about the Climax story, yes, found out there was a book. I decided to purchase the book. We'll get you a copy. Join my book club. I will tell you more about that. You can get this book on Amazon. You probably can find it in bookstores as well. I didn't get my copy out of a bookstore. I got mine from Amazon, ordered it from Amazon. I think I ordered it on a Monday or Tuesday. It came the following Monday. Not long at all. Woo! R&B diva Cherrelle. Man, I really wasn't thinking about covering another R&B diva, like back to back. But then I was like, Cherrelle, and I was like, okay, I'll do her tomorrow. But this is like excitement, right? Talking about Cherrelle right now, she's one of those singers that, oh my gosh, like you would sing her records off key as loud as her. Like, oh my gosh, like Cherrelle just it doesn't get better than Cherrelle. And I'm so excited about it that I have to calm myself down in order to talk about it, because this is the excitement that I'm having right now. I mean, it's really and truly genuine. Like, this is not made up. So just give me a minute. Whew. Okay, let me focus. I have a Cherrelle story. Yes, I have a Cherrelle story. Back in the day, like early 80s, well, mid 80s for me, mid 80s. Yeah, mid 80s for sure. So the kids in my neighborhood, I being one of them, we would have what we call these talent shows, okay? But there were different kinds of talent shows, because we didn't sing, all the time. Sometimes we would get together and all the kids, we would pretend like we had, we would turn our brooms, the broom handle or just the broom itself into a guitar. So imagine you listening to Kiss back in the day, Prince Kiss back in the day, and you had and of course you know the guitar. So you see, we did stuff like that, right? So anyway, Cherrelle is one of those singers who, you have a boy, you have a girl, and you're definitely singing Alexander O'Neal and Cherrelle's Saturday Love. Like, who's going to be Alexander? Who's going to be Cherrelle, right? And we would just get there. And sometimes in the living room, in the middle of the living room, we'll turn on the stereo, we'll turn it up loud, and we're just singing and dancing and just having fun as kids. We're 12, 13, 14 years old. And that's what we did, back in the day. Like I said, this is true. Like, this is nothing made up. That's why I think about those moments and times, back in the day when we would do things like that. And that Saturday Love, something happens when you hear Saturday Love. Something happens when you hear the beginning music, that first sound of Saturday Love. Like, it's a song that you get up out your seat, it moves you. It's like Luther Vandross is never too much. It gets up and it moves you. It's like Rick James and Tina Marie's Fire and Desire. It moves you. It does. Like, wow. So, when I think about Cherrelle, I definitely think of oh gosh, how can I describe Cherrelle? Oh, I'll put it to you this way. When Cherrelle released her 1988 album Affair, because this is a picture of 1986. I think this is a picture of the 1986 cover of High Priority. Okay. So when she released her album in 1986, Affair, I noticed something during that year. 1988. Follow me. If you was out and about in that year, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Chime in, because you probably say, you're right. There was a set of R&B divas who took on the same image around 1988, 1989, and 1990. They started to become that. And I always wanted to try to pinpoint who started it. So I'm going to throw out some names to you. And then you go like, that's interesting that he brought that up. Cherrelle, 1989, Affair. All right. And think about that album. 1988, Sheena Easton, The Lover in Me. I think you know where I'm going. 1988, Vesta Williams, For You, the album. I'm trying to think of who else. You can kind of put Karen White, 1988, in that category. 1989, Angela Winbush, The Real Thing. Is she the last one? Because that's 1989. Everyone else is in 1988. You could probably put Deatra Hicks, 1989, Sweet Talk. Well, I don't know. What is the name of Deatra Hicks' 1989 album? Is it a self-titled album? But yeah. These ladies, and I could probably exclude Deatra Hicks. Something is going on with the concept. They're staying within a certain feel. 1989 Stephanie Mills' Home album. It seems like these ladies have the same concept in mind and they're working it. Oh my gosh, I wish I probably would do a video just on that. That's what I do. I do a video just on that. But there's a concept that I'm noticing with these ladies around this time. And they seem to have the same style in their attire, in their dress, the way they look. They seem to have the same style. At this moment in time, it's no longer about the ballad. It's about the hitting track. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have to have that banging single instead of that banging ballad. I can say banging ballad. I think I could say that. And it's moving away from that. It's even Natalie Cole does it. But did she start it? Because now imagine Natalie Cole's 1987 album. What's the name of that 1987 album? I always forget the name of that album. I have to remember it. What is the name of the Natalie Cole? It's with Jumpstart My Heart is on it. I can't think of it right now. But anyway, something is happening as far as the image and the look. And I'm going to talk about that. And she definitely falls into that category. And what I like about Cherrelle was always, to me, presented in that funky, tough. She had a hipness. She was hip. You know, she definitely sung her heart out, whether if it was a ballad or a track. She has attitude. You know, she had an attitude. But at the same time of having an attitude, to me, it looked like she also was just fun. Oh my gosh, I really can't explain it. You know, she looks like she's the kind of person back then where she could hang out with the ladies and she could do the lady things, but it looked like she also can hang out with the fellas. You know, Cherrelle gave you that vibe that you know how you meet people and you can take them with you other places, and you know other people they're going to like her. That's how Cherrelle comes off to me back then. You know, it's kind of like, you know, who is that? It's like Cherrelle. Like it's just, she just comes off like, again, everybody, you know, out of the entire clique, everybody's going to like her. And that's how Cherrelle has always come off to me. But that Saturday Love record, I like, I enjoy. The You Look Good to Me, I was so disappointed when I found out that You Look Good to Me from the High Priority album wasn't as big of a smash as it could have been. I think it was in the top 20. Well, it was what, like R&B 25, R&B 26. That's the number that it reached on the R&B charts. And that song sounds much like the Gap Band song. There's a Gap Band song. Is it Burn Rubber on Me? It sounds similar to the You Look Good to Me record. I Didn't Mean to Turn You On. As kind of cheesy as that video was back then, because I do remember I Didn't Mean to Turn You On. And you know what? I think that was the first time for me, because I'm young, when I Didn't Mean to Turn You On came out. Like, I don't know. I couldn't be no more than 10, maybe. But I remember Robert Palmer's version of I Didn't Mean to Turn You On. And I remember saying to myself and thinking like, oh, that's Cherrelle's song. And you're looking like, you said to yourself like, you see that song is all over the place and on MTV and other, you know, radio stations and all of that stuff. And you hear how big and huge it is. Not quite trying to figure anything else out. But I think this would be my first time experiencing what it was like for an R&B artist to record a song and then have a white artist record it again and make it a bigger song. That would be my first experience of that. The top of my head, I didn't even think about that. It would. That'd be my first experience. And That's when you start to want to tell people like, wait a minute, that's Cherrelle's song. That's not his song. That's Cherrelle did that first. So it was one of those moments in time. And what I also liked about Cherrelle, and I think we all like this about Cherrelle, you can't mention Cherrelle without mentioning Alexander O'Neal. It's kind of like we force them, but in a good way. But then also we put them in a box by saying, hey, we need an Alexander O'Neal and Cherrelle album. Or we're looking for that next single. Oh, by the way, we didn't get a Cherrelle and the Alexander O'Neal album. I'm just curious. Did that ever come up? Did they ever go? And you would like to think that it did. Did they ever just say, you know what? Maybe we should have done an album together. Oh, let me remember this. I got to remember this comment. And so Saturday Love, Never Knew Love Like This. Oh my gosh, I don't know which one you like best. I think I like Never Knew Love Like This more than Saturday Love. I do. Now, out of all of the songs that I have to play and I will play, it will be Never Knew Love Like This. Definitely. Here's another thing that I like about Cherrelle is that some people probably dislike this, but her sound, you knew that the tracks that they did for Janet Jackson sounds so similar to the tracks for Cherrelle. Did anyone out there ever pick up on that? That the tracks were similar, yeah. They were, And I always kind of figured that while they worked for Janet, I was wondering why they didn't work for Cherrelle. And like I said, it could be tone, it could be the different singing style. Maybe Janet is very pop, and maybe Cherrelle is very soulful. And that's the reason why. Who knows the reason why those tracks did well for Janet and not as well for Cherrelle. But now, as I'm coming to the close, because I'm about to reach 20-minute mark, I don't stay around here long for, these videos. Go out and talk about these artists and look for them for yourselves. I was disappointed with her 1991 album. I was. And to see that you want a favorite artist of yours to expand their sound and not want to be put in a box. Stephanie Mills had that same thing. When she released her record in 1992, was it Something Real? I'm not quite sure, but I know it's a 1992 release. You're saying to yourself, all right, Stephanie, what are you doing? No, we like this sound, just not for you. We like this song. We just don't want it for you. And that's the same thing with Cherrelle. When I heard Tears of Joy, I was saying to myself, like, this is a real nice track. Like, Cherrelle is doing everything she normally does. She's singing her behind off. It's an up-tempo song, but yet it's not that in-your-face banging track that we're so used to hearing. And to us who love Cherrelle and who buys her records, we're saying we can't see the difference, though. The similarities. All we hear and see that it's different. The same thing with the next release. I think it was called Never in My Life. You're saying to yourself, like, wait a minute. Yeah, this is a nice ballad, but we don't want you singing it. And it's sad, right? When you have your favorite artist who is wanting to expand their sound, do more music that they're kind of liking. You know what I'm saying? Don't want to be caught up in the hustle and bustle of always trying to get that hit. But hey, I want to do a record my way, or sing songs that I want to sing and sing about and the styles that I like to sing them. And then for it to not do well, and for you, for a person such as myself who's very passionate about the music that I'm listening to and the artists that I like, to not go out and buy that record because it's not what you're thinking, then you kind of look like, well, am I a part of the reason why the record didn't do well? Should I have just went out and bought it and to support her because I am, a diehard Cherrelle fan, but I didn't buy the record. I have it now. I'm talking about I didn't buy it at the time. And when I did finally buy it, I purchased it in a one of these stores, like these resale stores, where you can go in and they, you can buy, CDs that people have, bought there and sold it to the store, and books and so on. I can't think of the name of the store right now. I'm pretty sure if the store is still in business, they're not selling CDs, reused CDs. But that's how I got the 1991 album. I think it's called The Woman I Am. So I was very disappointed to see her try to expand her sound. And I wanted to hang in there with her, but I didn't. Now, there is a song on the record that I like, and it's called her 1991 album. It's called 7 Days a Week. I think it's called 7 Days a Week. And I kind of like the title because I was like, okay, 7 days a week, Saturday, love. I was like, okay, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so on and so forth. So I liked it. Her attempt in that. Excuse me. I just noticed something. I'm so sorry, you guys. So I was disappointed in that part of it. I think I'm gonna stop there because I'm gonna bring up Cherrelle again. That's why I'm not going into any details anymore about this, because I'm going to bring up something that I just thought about those artists that I saw in that particular day and time, and how, things were similar. So again, I appreciate you guys watching. Tell me what you think. Anyway, you know what I'm about to do. Don't forget to put your behind where your heart desires to be. That's right. And also remember, whenever I leave my mother's presence, what she says, baby, I love you, but remember that God loves you best. And that's what I'm saying to you. I thank you. I appreciate it. I hope you feel the love, sending it right back out at you. And also, I'm looking forward to seeing you next video. And until then, you all, you know what to do.